Good day, students. This is the second session for social studies this week, and it is on the 24th of March 2020. We have previously looked at the Egyptians and how they lived, and we were looking at the pharaohs and how they were buried in the tombs, and we had a look at the pyramids and how they used the Nile River. So the next people we are going to look at are the Phoenicians, and they similarly used water as a means of transportation, and that helped them a lot to do their trading because they traded with various items that we will be having a look at today. We will be busy in our student book on page 86 to 90. So page 86, 87, 88, and 90. There is a little bit of a summary. I will gladly open a virtual um, version of this book. So this other achievements of early people, and I'm reading as we will follow. The small strip of land between the Mediterranean Sea and the mountains of Lebanon was the land of the Phoenicians. And here is a beautiful picture of one of their small trading posts. You can see that the man is holding a piece of fabric that is a purple type of color, but they had various dyes that they used to dye their or change the color of their fabrics with, and many other items that they made business with. I read further, the Phoenicians were highly skilled sailors, navigators, and shipbuilders. So this means that the sea and the rivers were very important for them to move from one place to the other. They took their dyed fabrics, cedar wood, ceramics, glass, metals, crops, and oils from port to port. And a port is a place next to an ocean or a body of water where people dock their ships and make business. They also transported explorers and traders to distant lands. Right, so now we are going to go back to our PowerPoint slide. So here's a little summary just to remind you that the Phoenicians were highly skilled sailors, meaning that they were very good with their boats and sailing from one place to another. They were highly skilled navigators, so they did not get lost, and they had their ways and means of finding one place and going to the next. And then number three, highly skilled shipbuilders, so their ships were very good and sturdy, and they did not sink often. And here are the list of the things that they used to make business with. The Phoenicians traded in the following goods. And as we know, way back in those days, people did not necessarily have money to trade with as we have these days, but they dealt with physical items like these dyed fabrics, the cedar woods, the ceramics, glass, metals, crops, and oils. They traveled from port to port to do these tradings. Here is another picture of a beautiful boat, a sailboat used by the Phoenicians. And here's another picture of a port on the screen on your top right hand corner. Here you can see various items, and they obviously made use of animals to transport these things for them once they were on land. As you can see, there were many boats that they used to transport these goods. And as you can see at the bottom there, the merchant ships, the Phoenicians sailors developed the round boat, a boat that was very wide and had a round bottom. This shape created a large space for cargo, and the cargo was all the items that they used to travel with and trade from post to post. I have a video here that I would like to have a look at. So let's look at what these Phoenician people were like and what they did. Now, this is very interesting, and I hope that we listened carefully at how these Phoenicians made a living. And I would like to go back to our virtual book here. And we had a look at, and in the video, it was mentioned that the Phoenicians developed a simple alphabet. It consisted of 22 symbols that each represented a sound. And this was basically what the Egyptians used at first, because we had a look at how the Egyptians and people back in the day used to write and how they have their own alphabet. So the Phoenicians were one of the first people to develop their own way of writing and the alphabet. And this is also very important information. Back to our slideshow. We will have a look now at the. We will have a look now at our homework that we have, because this is in the end of the session. We have homework in our activity book on page 59. So this will be reviewed once we see each other again. But for now, your homework is in activity book, Social Studies Grade 2 on page 59. This is then the end of this session.